Carl McCunn, a young and eager wildlife photographer, had always been drawn to the allure of the Alaskan wilderness. From a young age, he was captivated by the stories of adventurers and explorers who braved the untamed frontiers. The call of the wild resonated deeply within him, and he knew that one day he would answer it. In the vast expanse of untamed nature, he saw an opportunity to capture the raw beauty of the wild. The Alaskan wilderness, with its majestic mountains, sprawling forests and pristine rivers, offered a canvas unlike any other. Each photograph he envisioned was not just a picture, but a story waiting to be told and connect with something larger than himself. For McCunn, photography was more than a hobby. It was a way to bridge the gap between humanity and nature. Every click of his camera was a step closer to understanding the intricate dance of life in the wild. Driven by a thirst for adventure and a passion for photography, McCunn meticulously planned a solo camping trip to the remote Brooks Range of Alaska. He spent months preparing, studying maps, gathering supplies, and ensuring he had the right equipment to document his journey. The Brooks Range, with its rugged terrain and isolation, promised both challenge and reward. Little did he know, his dream expedition would soon transform into a harrowing tale of survival. As the days turned into weeks, McCunn faced unforeseen challenges. The weather grew increasingly unpredictable and the isolation began to weigh heavily on him. His supplies dwindled faster than anticipated, and the reality of his situation became starkly clear, and a stark reminder of the unforgiving nature of the wild. The Alaskan wilderness, beautiful yet brutal, tested McCunn's limits. It was a place where nature reigned supreme, indifferent to human struggles. His journey, once filled with dreams of capturing breathtaking images, became a fight for survival, highlighting the delicate balance between man and nature. In early spring 1981, McCunn embarked on his ambitious journey. He had spent months planning every detail, driven by a deep desire to immerse himself in the untouched beauty of the Alaskan wilderness. This was not just a trip. It was a quest for solitude and self-discovery. A seasoned outdoorsman, he meticulously packed his gear, ensuring he had enough supplies to last him several months. His backpack was filled with essentials: food, a tent, a sleeping bag, and a first aid kit. He also carried a rifle for protection and hunting, along with a fishing rod to catch fresh fish from the pristine lakes and rivers. With his cameras, food, and camping equipment loaded, he boarded a small aircraft, his heart pounding with anticipation. The plane's engine roared to life, and as it ascended into the sky, McCunn gazed out the window, watching the familiar world fade away. Below him, the vast expanse of the Alaskan wilderness stretched out, a mosaic of forests, mountains, and rivers. The plane touched down on a remote lake north of the Arctic Circle, the pilot bidding him farewell. The water was crystal clear, reflecting the surrounding snow-capped peaks. As the pilot waved and took off, McCunn felt a mix of excitement and trepidation. He was now truly alone, miles away from civilization. As the drone of the aircraft faded into the distance, McCunn stood alone, surrounded by the serene silence of the Alaskan wilderness. His adventure had begun. The air was crisp and fresh, filled with the scent of pine and earth. He took a deep breath, feeling a profound connection to the land around him. This was the moment he had been waiting for, a chance to test his limits and embrace the raw beauty of nature. McCunn's plan was to spend 5 months exploring and photographing the Alaskan backcountry. He meticulously prepared for the journey, ensuring he had all the necessary gear and supplies. His excitement was palpable as he envisioned the breathtaking landscapes and the sense of freedom that awaited him. He had arranged for a pilot, a friend named Rory, to pick him up at the same lake in late summer. Rory was an experienced bush pilot, familiar with the unpredictable Alaskan weather and the challenges of remote landings. They discussed the general time frame for the pickup, but McCunn, in his eagerness, overlooked the importance of setting a precise date and time. However, in a tragic oversight that would seal his fate, McCunn failed to set a specific date or time for his return. This seemingly small detail would have catastrophic consequences. As the weeks passed, McCunn immersed himself in the wilderness, losing track of time and the urgency of his situation. He also neglected to inform anyone else of his detailed plans or the agreed-upon pickup arrangement. His isolation was complete, with no means of communication to the outside world. McCunn kept a journal documenting his experiences and thoughts, but it would later reveal the growing despair as he realized his predicament. Blinded by excitement and the allure of solitude, McCunn inadvertently set the stage for disaster. His initial joy and sense of adventure gradually turned into a fight for survival. The vast, unforgiving wilderness that once seemed so inviting now became a relentless adversary. McCunn's story serves as a poignant reminder of the critical importance of thorough planning and communication when venturing into the wild. As August arrived, McCunn eagerly anticipated his pickup. Days turned into weeks, and the familiar drone of an aircraft never broke the silence of the wilderness. The gravity of his situation slowly dawned on him. His friend Rory was not coming. McCunn was stranded, alone, in one of the most unforgiving environments on Earth. Panic surged through him as he realized the severity of his oversight. He was utterly alone, his lifeline to civilization severed by a simple miscommunication. Weeks later, a glimmer of hope appeared in the vast Alaskan sky. A state trooper aircraft passed over McCunn's camp. Frantically, he scrambled for his signal fire, desperately trying to catch the pilot's attention. However, his efforts were in vain. The plane continued on its course, disappearing over the horizon, leaving McCunn in a state of despair. It was only later that he would discover a tragic irony. His hunting license, tucked away in his pack, clearly explained universal distress signals, signals he had not used. Section 6. The harsh reality. As summer faded into fall, the unforgiving Alaskan wilderness began to tighten its grip on McCunn. Temperatures plummeted and the once abundant wildlife grew scarce. His supplies, carefully rationed, dwindled with each passing day. Hunger gnawed at his stomach and the relentless cold seeped into his bones. McCunn found himself locked in a desperate battle for survival, his once sharp mind clouded by hunger and despair. Section 7. The final chapter. McCunn documented his harrowing ordeal in his diary, his entries growing increasingly desperate with each passing day. He knew his time was running out. In a cruel twist of fate, he had earlier tossed his extra ammunition into the lake, anticipating a lighter load for his return journey. Now, facing starvation and the looming winter, he was left with no means to hunt for food. Section 8. Lessons from the Wild. Carl McCunn's tragic tale serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of meticulous planning and the unforgiving nature of the wild. His story underscores the critical need for clear communication, backup plans, and a comprehensive understanding of survival techniques when venturing into remote areas. Section 9 to conclusion, the enduring power of preparation. McCunn's story, though tragic, is a powerful testament to the importance of preparation and the need for respect when venturing into the wilderness. It serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us that even the most seasoned adventurers can fall victim to the unforgiving grip of nature. While McCunn's adventure ended in tragedy, his story continues to inspire us to approach the wilderness with respect, preparedness, and a deep understanding of the potential risks involved.